similar to what's in Shelton or Hamden or Waterbury, I think it makes perfect sense now for Ansonia and the Valley. I think.
And what does it look like, John? Because remember, I'm an idiot. So what's the difference? How does it work? Why?
I think a redevelopment agency gives you a lot more flexibility. It's difficult to operate as government doing economic development because, as you know, you can't move quickly. You have to go through a series of steps and processes. You can't acquire property that's contaminated without the ability to take on some liability, and a redevelopment agency could do that. There are all sorts of advantages to having a quasi-municipal agency.
From a mechanical standpoint, as Sheila alludes to, there's that ability to keep at arm's length. A lot of cities, they get very scared diving into these properties, these problem properties. And it's with good reason. There is risk, right? And the smaller you are as a community, the more risk there is. I think about Waterbury, of course. Waterbury has so many of these properties. How many copper and brass? I mean, Sheila says sometimes that they have maybe 5 or 6, if not more, copper and brasses.
Mm.
They have over 400 brownfields properties. I was in Eugene. I was in Derby for 7 years, not 2.
Oh no, I was joking. I said a few.
Okay,
I'm sorry. I know.
Long time. It felt like a long time, but anyway.
Waterbury kind of pioneered, right, in terms of the Development Corporation, how it could be used to insulate the city from liability, get funding into these properties while keeping them at an arm's length from the municipality, so that the concern about the budgets, putting city money, tax money into those properties was somewhat,
and Eugene, you brought up a good point. There are complicated sites that are left here because they're complicated without, any development on them because of the difficulty. And I think it makes perfect sense for valley communities, i.e. Derby, Seymour, and Ansonia, to have a redevelopment agency just because of these complicated sites, right? Take them out of the cities and the municipalities and put them in a redevelopment agency. Easier to get money, to funnel money into these projects, easier to get them cleaned up, more power, more bang for your buck when you're all together with a redevelopment agency. And I think the mayor and John, and we all spoke about transitioning our Economic Development Commission into a redevelopment agency. But as John had said, we weren't really ready at that point. I think now we've got a lot going on. We've got a lot of communities that want to regionalize, or at least talking about it. So it makes perfect sense, right?